There's 8.2 billion people that live on this planet. 4 billion of them are women. When Sharon and I went to space, she and I were the 599th and 600th person of the human race to go to space. More importantly, she was only the 74th woman to go to space. Think about that. Out of 4 billion women on this planet, only 74 at that time had gone to space. This is the first time in the history of spaceflight that a crew is all women. That's an incredible dynamic change in the future of space travel. There was a time when NASA would not even accept a woman's application to be on the astronaut crew, way back at the beginning of the program. Look at how far we've come and look at how far it's going to go. It's very important for the young girls today to know that if they want to go to space, if they want to be part of the space program, they can do it. There's being a participant in the space program is not just being an astronaut. You're going to need to have chefs in space. You're going to need to have people that do every function on Earth in space. And the more these people get interested in the opportunity of space and space travel, the more opportunity that they're going to be able to accept and participate in the future. Commercial space travel is a byproduct of everything that NASA and the space industry in general has done for us up to date. They have taught so much. But if we look at it relative to growth again in technology, think back to when they had the first airplanes that crossed the Atlantic Ocean. What we're seeing today are the first people that are flying to space on a commercial basis. And that's going to change, and it's going to be open to everybody. You know, there are people right now building spacecrafts that are going to be hotels in space, and they're going to be active hotels in space within the next 5 to 10 years. Zero gravity is amazing, and to try to describe that is almost impossible. The emotional impact of looking out that window and looking at Earth underneath you and looking at how thin the atmosphere is and how fragile the planet is. When we landed back on Earth, I couldn't sleep that night, and I went out into the space area and started dictating a memo to family. And I described Earth as a satellite rather than a planet because it puts it in perspective on the size of this universe that we're in. The Earth is just a tiny little speck as a participant in the whole universe, and the fragility of it is very impressioned on you when you see it from outer space. You know, we hope so. We had an opportunity to fly to the International Space Station on the flight that's going up next month, and we had negotiated a contract and signed it with Axiom Space to do that mission. With the clause that if they found people from other countries to go, that they had the opportunity to replace us. And as chances would have it, with 2 days left for them to have that opportunity, they found those people, and they're going to be the participants in that flight next month, maybe later this month even. Sharon and I have talked about what our next possibility is, and we want to fly around the moon.